Welcome to CIS 110 Intro to Computers. The purpose of this video is to get you up and running in the class so that you have an idea what you need to get started and what you need to do to get started. We're going to take a look at some of the information that's right here in Moodle. So once you've accessed the class in Moodle, please take a look up here at the top. The class is offered in different formats. So you might be taking this class in the classroom, you might be taking it online, you could be taking it in an 8-week format, 12-week, or it could be a 16-week long class. So please be sure to check up here at the top so that you're familiar with how your class is going to be conducted. A lot of the information about how any class works is going to be found in the syllabus for that class, so it's always important for you when you're taking a class to look at that syllabus. In CIS 110, we have the syllabus available both in a Word format or in an Adobe Reader format. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Adobe Reader file, and we will just take a look at some of the important things that are available for you here in the syllabus for the class. The syllabus is going to tell you what the class is that you're taking. It's also going to tell you the days and times that you meet if you are going to be meeting in the classroom, or it will indicate online. Notice in the syllabus that it shows that you have 2 class hours and 2 lab hours. Now, if you were meeting in the classroom, you would be meeting for all 4 of those hours if this were just totally in the classroom. We offer this as a blended class, which means that you're meeting part of that time in the classroom or online, which means that all of this time would be done just online. Now, that would be just your class time. You're going to have assignments that you would do in addition to that time. So please be sure that you're allocating at least a good 8 hours each week for this class. You're going to need that amount of time to really learn the material and to do well on the assignments. And next you'll see that you have the instructor information. So this is where you'll find out your instructor's name, where their office is located, if they have an office on campus, when they're available on campus. Some of your instructors may not have an on-campus office, but you will be able to contact them via email or possibly phone. Your instructors are there to help you, so please be sure that you know this contact information. If you ever have an issue that you have tried to address with your instructor and you feel that it just hasn't been addressed adequately, you will see supervisor information in the syllabus just below the instructor information. So this is your next recourse if you have something that hasn't been addressed as you feel it should by your instructor. Moving on, I'd like to talk a little bit about what you need to be able to get started with this class. You are going to need a textbook, and the textbook that we're using for this class is Microsoft Office 2013 Brief Edition. And you'll see that there is an ISBN here. This is the identifying number for a bundle that includes a SNAP access code and also an Office 365 Office 2013 180-day trial. For the class, you need the text, you need the SNAP access code. This is where you're going to do a lot of your assignments and your exams, and you must have Office 2013 installed on your computer. Now, this bundle that the bookstore has available, we have negotiated with the publisher, and we've gotten a very good price on this. So you may find that your best deal is really to go to the South Piedmont bookstore and to purchase your text in this bundle form there. You are welcome to purchase your text elsewhere, but just be aware if you purchase the text, you also are going to have to purchase the SNAP training access code, and you're also going to need to get the Microsoft Office 2013 software. These are available separately, but the price purchasing them separately is likely going to be more than if you just purchase the bundle. If you do need to get the SNAP access code, you can get that through the bookstore, or I've provided a link here where you can go and purchase it directly from the publisher. Microsoft Office 2013, you can get an Office 365 academic subscription with your text. They may also have available in the bookstore that you can go there and you can purchase Microsoft Office. You can definitely purchase Microsoft Office through Microsoft. There's a special deal that they have for students that you can purchase a 4-year subscription, and it's going to be $79.99. The way Microsoft Office is selling Office now is not so much that you go and you buy the software and you just install it on your computer and have it forever. What they're doing more so is that they're going to the subscription format where you pay a subscription fee for a certain amount of time. What they have for the student deal is that you pay $79.99. This gives you 4 years of access to Microsoft Office and allows you to install it on 2 PCs. So this really is a very good deal. If you were to do this without the student discount, it would cost you about 4 times that much. Notice that if you do not have Office 2013, or maybe you don't even have a PC, there are PCs available in the South Piedmont libraries and the academic support centers, so please feel free to use these at any time. Please be aware that if you have a Mac, Macs are wonderful computers, but they just will not work well for this class. This class is being taught with Office 2013, which runs on a PC. If you have a Mac and you really want to use the Mac, what you can do is install Windows on it, and there's software that you can use that you can make it look like a PC, and then you would install Office 2013 on your Mac, and that would work. But your best bet is to use a PC, and if you don't have a PC, you can use those PCs that are here on campus. The syllabus also provides system requirements. This is what your PC has to have in order to run the software for the class. I'll let you look at this on your own, but the important thing here is that you do have to have Windows 7 or Windows 8. If you have an older PC that has Windows XP, it is not going to run the software that you need for this class. So be sure that you do have Windows 7 or Windows 8. Okay, I want to scroll down here a little bit and take a look at the methods of evaluation. This is how you're going to earn a grade in this class. So you'll see in this class you're going to be doing tutorials, assignments, there's a project, and also exams. Tutorials are going to be done in Snap, and they're going to allow you to go in and practice a skill. They're going to show you how to do it, and then at the end you get to try it. Tutorials are graded as either complete or incomplete. So if you're able to do the skill at the end of the tutorial, you earn a 100%. If you're not able to do that skill, then it's a 0. But the good news is you can do these as many times as you want up until the due date. As long as you've completed it successfully by the due date, doesn't matter if it takes you 1 time or 10 times to do it, you earn that 100%. There are a variety of assignments in the class. A good many of these are going to be completed in Snap. The important thing here is that you are keeping up with your assignments. Make sure that you get all your assignments done by the due date. Sometimes things are going to happen, and because of that, the 2 lowest assignment grades are going to be dropped from the overall grade calculation. Now that's not 2 grades from your overall grade. That's 2 grades just from this assignments grouping of grades will be dropped from the overall grade calculation. You will have a project, and that project is 10% of your final grade. You're going to be creating a paper using MLA style in Word. You're also going to be creating in Excel a worksheet and a chart, and then you'll do a PowerPoint presentation. The text that you need for the paper will be provided for you. Also with Excel, you'll be provided with the data. For PowerPoint, you'll be creating your own information, and it will be related to a specific topic that you're given. You will also have exams in this class. The exams are 40% of your final grade. There are 4 different exams and a comprehensive final exam. So each of those exams is going to be over a certain segment of the course. The final is going to cover everything. The final is optional though. So if you've done very well on all of your exams through the class, you can choose to not take the final exam. If you've gone through the class and maybe one of the exams just didn't go quite as well as you had hoped, if you take the final exam and that final exam grade is higher than your lowest exam grade to that point, it will replace that lower exam grade. Grading scale for this class is the straight 10-point scale. Academic integrity. We do take academic integrity very seriously at South Piedmont. If we find that there are any violations of the academic integrity policy, your instructor can report this to the academic affairs officer, vice president of student services, the instructor supervisor, and so on. And this can go into your official record for the school. So please be sure that in this class you are doing your own work. This is a class where you're going to be learning information that's going to be very helpful to you, not only in your other classes, but also when you get out and you're employed. Just knowing how to use a computer well is going to be something that will serve you well. So please take the time in this class to learn the information, do it on your own, and that way you're going to get the most out of the class. Okay, there is much more information available here in the syllabus, and I hope you'll take the time to go through and look at it. But I'm going to go ahead and close this for now. And when we come back into Moodle, you will see that just below the syllabus, there is something called a syllabus accountability statement. And this is something that you'll need to do once you have read through that entire syllabus. You'll click on this, and it's going to bring up information just saying, I have read the syllabus and understand that I am accountable for all information in the syllabus, and I have contacted my instructor to clarify any questions that I have regarding the syllabus. And please do that. If you have any questions about anything you see in the syllabus, please contact your instructor. But once you've done those things, you'll just click I agree, save my choice, and you'll have your first grade earned for the class. I'm going to just click the back button. The other thing that you need to do right away when you start the class, after you have gone through the syllabus and get a little bit familiar with what's going on in the class, is if you will scroll down a bit, you will see that there's this red bold text that says required activity, complete immediately. You need to complete this startup activity in order to remain in the class. The state actually there are federal guidelines that require that we show that students are getting into a class and they are doing something. Not just if it's an online class logging in and then they don't ever do any work. So we need to validate that you are doing work in this class, and we're doing that through the startup activity. So if you will click on the startup activity, this is something that you can do multiple times, again, up until the due date. But be sure that you go in and do this startup activity so that there's no issue with you being able to stay on the roster for the class. Okay. I'm going to scroll back up here to the top of the class. Just a few more things I want to show you here. We talked about in the syllabus, you have your contact information for your instructor. You also have that information right here in Moodle. So if you don't want to open up the syllabus to find that, just click on this course and instructor link and you will find that information. The other thing that is very, very important is your course schedule. Click on the course schedule and you're going to open that up, and that's going to show you all of the different work that you have to do in the class, when it's due, where to submit it, and it also tells you which grade component that belongs to. So for example, this startup activity, you're going to get a grade for that, and that's part of the assignments in your overall grade for the class. So if you look down through here, you'll see that you can always tell when you have to have something due, where to do it, and you'll see there are some things that are in bold red text. These are things that are major components of your grade. So this is your first exam. So that first exam, make sure that you're going to take it on one of the scheduled dates. You'll see that it is going to be taken in SNAP. And then as we go on down through, you'll see the Word exam, your social networking project, and so on. Now, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and print out this course schedule so that you have it available to be able to look at and check off things when you have them done. The course schedule is also provided in an Adobe format, so this is probably the easier way to open that up, and it would just print a little bit better for you than printing from within your browser. Communication is very important in any class that you take. One of the ways that your instructor will communicate with you is through this class announcements link. Class announcements are important things that they need to get out there and communicate with the entire class. So you'll be able to click on class announcements and find any announcements for your class. Also over here on the right, you'll see this latest news block. The latest news block is going to show you the most recent announcements that your instructor has posted. So anytime you log into your class, take a look over here and just see if there's something new that has popped up. Also messages. If you need to communicate with your instructor, you can send them an email. You can also click here on this messages link, and by clicking on messages, you can come in and choose, from whatever class you're taking and get a list of the people in that class, including your instructor, and then you can type in and send a message to that person. One of the first assignments that you'll do is to send an email to your instructor, and that will be done from your Gmail account. And you'll see that right here within Moodle, we have information about Gmail. There's a video that you can go in and see if you have not used your Gmail account before. You can go in and do this. Your student Gmail account that South Piedmont provides for you should be your primary means of communicating with your instructor. There are some things that you will do that they will absolutely require you to use your student Gmail account, but that's what you should always be using for anything that you're doing related to your classes here at South Piedmont. It's important that you check your Gmail account multiple times a week, because you're going to get important information there from your instructor and also information about things that are going on at the college. Yeah, I've mentioned Snap several times, and you'll see that right below the Gmail information, there is information about Snap. There's a link here that you can use to be able to log into Snap, and that same link will be provided within many of your assignments for you too. There's also a tech support link. So if you click on tech support, this is going to give you the information that you need if you have any issues at all when you're using Snap. Your instructor is going to do as much as they can to help you with the content in the course, but if for any technical issues with Snap, your instructor really cannot help you with those. It's going to be your responsibility to contact Snap Tech Support for any problems that you have specifically related to Snap. So tech support for Snap, you can get in here and you can do a live chat with them, and that's available 24/7. There is phone support available. That's only during specific times. And then there's also email. I would highly recommend that you use phone if you can. If you're not able to use phone, if it's outside the hours or you're just not at a place where you can do that, you can use the 24/7 chat. My last recourse would be to use the email, just because it takes a lot longer to send messages back and forth. You're going to get much faster service if you use phone or if you use chat. Again, remember that it is your responsibility to contact Snap in order to get assistance with Snap. One of your assignments in Topic 1 will be to set up your Snap account. So you'll see here we are in Topic 1, getting started. You're going to have information here that will be just an overview of how things are going to work in the class. And then under Do These Graded Activities, these are all assignments that you need to do. You'll see Snap account creation is one of these assignments. When you go to create your Snap account, there are two pieces of information that you're going to need. You're going to need your access code, and that's that thing that comes with your text if you buy that bundle or that you have to purchase separately. The Snap access code is going to come, it's on a little card that's folded and has a seal. When you pull off that strip that seals it closed, right underneath that strip is where you're going to see your access code. So you have to have your access code to be able to create your account. Then as you're creating your account, you're also going to need to connect with your specific section of CIS 110 in Snap. You'll do that by entering your enrollment key. And right here is where your instructor is going to have the enrollment key for you. So when you come in here to do your Snap account creation assignment, make sure that you have that card that came with your text, or if you don't have a card and you need to purchase it separately, either go to the bookstore to purchase it or use that link that's provided in the syllabus to do it online. You need that, and then you also need this enrollment key. Please don't ask other students what the enrollment key is, because if you do and that student happens to be in another section of CIS 110, you will end up being enrolled in the wrong CIS 110 sections. And you'll have an instructor wondering what you're doing in their class, and you'll have your instructor wondering where you are that you haven't enrolled in this class that you're supposed to be in. So please be sure that you do go into your Moodle section, look here for the enrollment key for your section, and use that to be able to get set up in Snap. Now, one of the very important things that you can do in any class that you're taking is to keep track of how you are doing in that class. And you can do that very easily in Moodle by coming over here to the left to this administration block and clicking on this grades link. When you click on grades, it's going to show you how you're doing in the class. Here are all of the assignments. You'll see it says assignments here. So anything on your course schedule that says it's part of the assignments category, it's going to be listed here, and you'll have a grade for it, and then also possibly some feedback from your instructor. And if I keep scrolling down, here it will show me my overall grade for just the assignments part of my grade. Now remember that the categories are weighted in this class, so tutorials don't count as much as assignments do. So it's going to be important to go down to the very bottom of your grades page and look down here, and this is where it's going to take care of doing all the weighting for you, and it will show you your overall grade in the class. So at any time as you're working on the class, you can come into the grades link, see how you're doing on the different assignments, make sure you're not missing things that you should be doing, and then look down here to see how you're doing in the class. Well, I think that should be enough to get you started. Please always be sure that you are staying in touch with your instructor. Anything that you have questions about, you're not sure about, any problems that come up, it's very important that you do stay in touch. Hope the class goes well for you.